So, Craig, Mike Ullman, how long is he there for?
Well, hard to say, but clearly he's not the long-term,
he's not the guy.
10-year solution. No, but he's great for the time being.
Well, why do you say great?
Well,
because as we pointed out, he didn't do a great job.
No, he had a very
Penney.
mixed bag, but this is a company that's in crisis. And with a company in crisis,
stability is
you
what
need,
you want.
you need a steady hand at the helm. You don't need charisma, you need blocking and tackling. And Mike is a good operator. He's a good day-to-day operator, has the confidence and trust of the people at JCPenney, of the troops, and that's the single biggest ingredient that Ron Johnson lost.
But is the company in a strong enough standing to have a Band-Aid on it for the time being? I mean, look at the position they're in. Can they stand to have somebody there with his finger in the dam?
Well, this is not simply a finger in the dam. You do have to steady the ship. You have to right the ship, there's no doubt. But the irony of this whole thing is that the ship is beginning to turn. It's actually...
You believe that?
Yes.
In a positive way.
Well, we have 14 people. Our field team is across the country. We're doing weekly store checks in over 50 mall and off-mall venues. And beginning in mid-March, the raw foot traffic actually started turning up.
Because of Joe Fresh and because of this home interior department?
The home department, but not yet. It's a couple things. One, it's the ubiquitous $10 coupons, and they just did a big mailing to all the credit card list and their email list in mid-March. The Joe Fresh opened up on March 15th, and the one thing about the Joe Fresh, they're always situated at the entrance from the mall. No, all the mall shoppers would go walking right by the corridor. They'd walk by. Now they see this bright orange. It's an integrated whole presented to the customer. So it's some newness. It connotes newness, and that's visibly attracting people into the store.
Craig, I want to bring Carson in from San Francisco. Carson, I suspect you haven't done a lot of hard work on JCPenney. It's not really your kind of stock to short, but you're familiar broadly with what we're talking about and the challenges, the operational challenges that a company like JCPenney faces. Does it seem to you like dumping Ron Johnson now, when Craig's people have evidence that his strategy is beginning to work, is the right idea?
Ooh, that's a really tough question for somebody who hasn't looked at the stock closely. But a couple of things. I mean, I do know something about consumer marketing from a prior business that I've had, and implementing changes, radical changes, without doing any testing is a really bad idea.
Which is what Ron Johnson did, and when questioned about it, said, I have absolutely no regrets. That's what I came in to do.
Well, yeah, a lot of times when people say that, I do question whether they actually do harbor regrets. But in any event, yeah, I'm, just from my general experience in life and observing businesses, I would say that, a lot of times when you have these radical changes that seem on the whole not to go well, I mean, there are parts of them that are useful and that are helpful. And I think we were just hearing about some of the things that actually might work. So a combination of the old strategy, the radical strategy that's been brought somewhat back to center, this might actually not be a bad, might not be a bad stock. I haven't looked at it, but I have to say that yesterday, when I saw the headline, I thought about, for my PA, yeah, maybe I should take a look at this and, from a long perspective. Could be interesting.